The UN Security Council approving new sanctions on North Korea. They only capped the North's imports of crude oil at the level of the last 12 months. Oil, of course, is the lifeblood of funding and fueling nuclear weapons. But they do ban imports of all natural gas liquids. North Korea expert Gordon Chang joining us now over the phone, a columnist for The Daily Beast and the author of Nuclear Showdown, North Korea Takes on the World. I was so excited when we had you on the show today, Gordon, because, you know, these are the strongest sanctions we've seen against North Korea yet. But the question is, it's not everything the U.S. wanted. Are they strong enough?
I don't think they're strong enough. And the reason is that the Chinese and the Russians want sanctions that are perhaps calibrated to bring the North Koreans to the bargaining table. Well, the North Koreans have made it clear that that's the last thing that they want to do right now, because they want to basically develop their nukes and their missiles, and then when they're confident in their arsenal, then they may be willing to talk to us. But we want sanctions to prevent them from getting the resources necessary to develop that arsenal. And so therefore these sanctions, although better than the last set, are the ninth that we have had from the UN since 2006, and clearly they're not working.
So that's the follow-up question. Do you expect them to be ineffective? Is this a compromise resolution that really just appeases China and Russia, for instance?
Well, absolutely, and we know that because Nikki Haley, our ambassador to the UN, to her credit, actually released what the U.S. proposal was. And what has popped out in Resolution 2375 is much weaker than what the U.S. sought. So these aren't going to do what we want them to do. They will, though, however, please China and Russia, which are really trying to protect their client, North Korea.
Right. In Geneva, the North Korean envoy saying North Korea will make the U.S. suffer the greatest pain because of these sanctions. But what do you expect the North Korean response to be? And I ask that in the backdrop of Kim Jong-un, the leader, obviously cares for the survival of his people. And I'd imagine he knows continuing to do this to the international community could mean the obliteration of his nation. Well,
certainly. I'm not so sure that the North Korean leadership cares about the North Korean people. What they do care about are a couple things. One of them is the survival of the regime, of course. They want a deterrent. They want to sell this stuff to the Iranians and to others. And also, they want to achieve and have to achieve the core goal of the North Korean regime, and that is the absorption of South Korea. They want to take over South Korea. And they will use their arsenal to intimidate us once they feel that they are in a position to do so.
So South Korea is the prize here. Gordon Chang, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.